joined back again by David Selig. David, of course, is a federal tax practitioner. And Francesca, we were talking about the top 10 things folks need to do to prepare for 2015. The first thing we talked about was make sure your financial records are in tip-top shape. Number 2, time to review the budget, David.
Boy, I got to tell you, the budget is everything. Unless you're the federal government, you really have to watch those dollars and cents. So sit down, have a heart-to-heart talk with your wife or husband, and you got to come to terms with a real plan. Set aside a little slush funds, because at the end of the day, you're in it alone, right?
Yeah, it seems that way.
David, talk to us about number 3, spend on technology.
Sure. If you have a business, there are certain expenditures that are still treated favorably. For instance, you can, let's say you need to update your computer system for your business. You can expense that still through IRC Section 179. In other words, deduct the expenses against your business's income. So you may not necessarily have to just amortize those costs.
So David, let me ask you right here
for treatment of business.
If I'm a small business owner, and you mentioned this could be important these last few days of December here, now's the time when you might want to consider spending some money on technology to make sure you see those tax benefits come April?
Sure, that's very true, but remember, there should be a sound business purpose for the expenditure. I'm always very, I look at people very askance when they tell me it's all about the tax break. It should make a lot of financial sense before you take a move. The tax break is just the benefit, the perk, as it were.
Fair enough.
David, now let's also talk about refinancing your mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's probably one of the greatest things that regular individuals can do. It's one of the last remaining tax breaks, although since 2009, the administration has been salivating after it. It's like the juiciest plum of all. Essentially, if you refinance your mortgage, perhaps you'll get a better rate, perhaps you can pay off some high-interest credit card debts or settle a tax problem that's been ruining your life. You can deduct your interest, you can deduct your points. It is still a favorable package that, I strenuously urge people to do. And now there's a lot of people who are not pursuing refinancing because their credit is not particularly good, or they have a federal or state tax problem. You still can get a mortgage through FHA and some other programs. So don't self-censor, look into it, but then again, don't leap either. Okay?
Yeah, mortgage rates really low right now compared to historical where they've been in the past. Now, another thing you said we should spend our money on now is health care. Explain what you mean by that.
Yeah, there's certain companies have programs where you can put money in and such, the flex spending plans and what have you. If your company does not have that, it is really not applicable to you, but it is one of these things, use it or lose it. Remember, you have a deduction, a health care deduction for your out-of-pocket expenses, but there is a threshold. So if you are right below the threshold right now, you may want to pay for, your son or daughter's treatment before the end of the year, whatever that may be, so you can realize the deduction.
David, talk to us. Number 6 on that list is make charitable contributions. Can you explain that to us?
Certainly. Charitable contributions are a great thing to do for legitimate, bona fide organizations. What I am suggesting to many of our clients is if you have a stock that has appreciated quite a bit, you may want to donate the stock to whether it be your church or cancer research or any legitimate charitable organization, because you will not have to pay the capital gains on that appreciation, and you can deduct the fair market value of the stock the day you donated it. So if you bought it for $2, it went up to $5, you have the deduction of the $5 stock without the burden of having to pay the income tax on the gain.
All right, David, we're running out of time here. I want to just kind of breeze through these last couple ones real quick. We talked about the financial or the charitable contributions. You say pay for things in advance. And also, anybody that might be trying for a raise this year, and this one's important, think about a performance review because wages have been low for the last several years here. People should really try to push for a raise. Are folks going to see more raises this year? Is that a prediction for 2015?
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed, okay?
All right, David Selig, a federal tax practitioner. Always a great friend of the program. Always great to have you with us. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Happy New Year as well.
Thank you, and God bless your viewing audience.
And God bless everyone, as Tiny Tim says. Happy you could be with us here today. Much more to come on America's Forum. We're only about halfway through. Make sure you stick around. We'll be here all day long.